This coverage of CES is brought to you by Toyota.
Hey guys, it's Darcy LaCouvee here with Android Authority. We're reporting live at CES 2014. We're here with some kind folks from SourceFed. Trisha.
Hi.
And of course, it's Trisha Hershberger from Android Authority. What's going on, everybody? And yes, we are interviewing the great Trisha from SourceFedNERD. Quick question, how was your CES 2014 so far?
It was busy. There's so much here, and the perfectionist in me always wants to see everything and check everything off the list, and there's absolutely no way you can.
Yep.
Especially when you're here for work.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you're on a very tight schedule, and you get a chance to see, I think, probably about 40% of the show, especially when you consider what's at the other hotels, not even here in the convention center.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has locations all over the strip, and even sometimes off of it, so driving back and forth is just, it can be a nightmare, definitely.
Do you guys have a car?
We do.
We did get a car. The question is, how many hours?
I hate your faces, both of you.
How many hours have you slept over the last week?
Oh, altogether, probably 9.
9?
Yeah,
I'm
since
around
Sunday.
12.
Okay.
12.
Yeah.
If you do ever get a car for one of these shows, let me give you some advice.
Okay.
Don't be the only driver, because that's me, yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, as the resident Android expert, you know,
At my
on your
office?
team, yes.
Yes, you are.
What is the best? What would you say? What were the highlights of Android for you at this show?
Android into cars, I think, is the newest thing for me, because I'm always looking, instead of just the next evolution of something we've already seen, I want to see something brand new. And not that having any smart features in cars is brand new, but really bringing Android itself and that type of customization to cars is brand new.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The only question that it really raises for me, though, and I love to hear what you guys have to say with this, is wouldn't you just be distracted all the time?
Well, that's the problem, right?
I think, you know, my face is buried in my tablet and my phone all the time.
Even
if
when
that
driving,
was in
though?
my car?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, we're not going to talk about that.
Okay.
on
I'm
camera.
just saying. I don't know, like having the big screen on the dash or even in the center console. Right? Yeah, exactly. What I would probably want to see, while you know, maybe this is the next step after this, is a heads-up display on the actual windshield.
Cadillac has that, you know, where they have kind of DLP laser and it projects on, so you actually can see. You know, and
It's
you
just
have
in
a
your
heads-up
periphery
display.
rather than you have to look down.
That's very cool, and
know?
I've also seen it in the corner of the rear view mirror.
Also,
They'll have some LED
Cadillac
display
has
up
some
there
really
as
cool
well.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even if you're driving at nighttime and stuff.
Yeah, really cool. So that, and then of course there's the curved phones now.
Curved phones are
people
coming.
talking about
That's a
that.
big deal.
And here's a good question from a guy's point of view. I've been talking about it as a lady.
Yeah.
So we've got the LG phone is curved top to bottom.
That's right.
And Samsung's is side to side.
Yeah.
Which one is better for your hand and your rear?
Josh, you played with both of them more than
I
both
did,
of us, so.
and I have to say both have their merits. But if I had to say which one was more
Oh,
accessible,
here comes drumroll, please.
I would have to say it's the Galaxy Round. It's more, just in terms of the design. Just in terms of the design, though, because it does sit very nicely, and it's basically a Note 3, just a little bit more compact because
I
of the thing.
love me that Note 3.
But the reason why I say this though is because I really only have one problem. I love the G Flex. They're both stellar in my opinion, but my only problem with the G Flex is it's too big. That's all.
Okay.
Of course.
The curve is great, but it's too big.
Yeah, I think that I wanted to see the G Flex 2 that was rumored that would actually bend 90 degrees. Where is that?
Well, you know,
CES?
LG's actually
What little time you might have had to look at the rest of the show?
Okay.
What's something that really caught your eyes?
3D printing was really fun to see in action this year. I can't afford a 3D printer, so I don't have one at home nor in the office. 3D printed food was awesome. 3D printers that can print metal.
Organs too, you know.
Maybe one day.
Sure.
Eyes.
Yeah, but like seeing it actually come to life. I mean, we read about all the different stuff that 3D printers can do.
Yes.
But actually watching it in action is a whole nother thing. And then robots were really cool this year too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
There's a lot of really cool Android-based robots. There's Raspberry Pi-based programmable robots.
all that kind of
So
stuff.
the AI isn't quite there yet, but they're getting the shell of it for sure. And I mean, if you think about it, we have the facial recognition software. We have all of the pieces that we really need to put together almost a Rosie the Robot.
It's gonna come.
We're
The problem
close.
is power, but that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
For me, I would have to say higher resolution displays are really something that I want to see
Really
everywhere.
good for it.
I'm still debating on whether or not it's good for a phone, but we did
4K
see.
phone, bro.
Well,
You know you
but
want
a 4K television still looks really awesome. A 4K tablet, on the other hand, I think is a little bit more accessible.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because if you pick up a phone and it's 4K, the general user might be like, I don't really get the
Well, and
difference.
I don't know about you guys, but how many movies do you really watch on your phone?
As few as possible.
Maybe like at the most like a video podcast here and there.
On the
Yeah.
plane.
Right, I'll watch
Yeah.
some
Snakes on a plane.
YouTube or some podcasts.
Yeah.
You watch Snakes on a Plane?
Every day on the plane.
So do you guys have that problem? When you come to CES every year, do you look at what you have and you're like, it's just not good anymore?
honestly, I think that the whole consumer electronics market is a little bit saturated.
Yeah.
Things are already, for all intents and purposes, awesome. 1080p displays have been around for a long time. They're
Yeah.
kind of the gold standard. You know, increasing the resolution is just going to consume battery life faster. We haven't made those improvements to the architecture yet, but 1080p is a golden standard. But I think for a lot of people, a lot of these manufacturers are just kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel for innovation and new feature sets, when a lot of consumers just really don't keep up.
Nope. Yeah, you'll see a lot of that trying to cram Bluetooth into just
Like
about
Samsung,
everything.
they were like
Yeah.
so keen to tell me about the 186 new features they had on the new tablet. But you know, we were just kind
There were
of
so many too.
hardware-focused,
Oh my
you know.
goodness.
And they've made actually big improvements, you know, with their Galaxy Tab Pro line, the 8.4, a device actually that won our award for best
Okay.
Android
Best
tablet.
So
Tablet,
let's
yeah.
talk about that for
2014.
2 seconds. Magazine UX, go.
Well, it looks like a kind of a mashup of, I guess, Mashable and Instagram, and there's one more.
Flickr?
What's the one? Flipboard.
Flipboard, that's
Yeah.
what I'm
That was
thinking
what I was
of.
Put it in a blender
Yes.
and Samsung-ify it?
See, you guys are nicer than me. I was like, it's live tiles.
It looks more like Flipboard, but I do like that you can actually customize everything to a certain way, and yes, LifeTiles does that. I know.
Out of the box, though,
Also,
it
like,
looks awesome.
It looks like Windows.
But
Yep.
even with that in mind, what are you looking forward to this year when it comes to technology?
You got this?
General, not even just Android.
Okay, cheap
Okay.
phones are coming, like awesome
Yeah,
cheap.
cheap phones are coming.
Asus,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Zenfone 6, $199, awesome specs, replaceable backs, the build quality that they're pretty known for, and I really like to see better tech at lower prices. That's good for everybody.
Yeah, accessibility, like I said, there's always something that we really look at when it comes to Android.
Yes,
phones.
let's hope that gone are the days of the $600 phones with no
Right.
contract, especially now that so many services are starting to go no contract. That's
Yes.
really going to be a big issue.
It really
Yeah.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a huge trend towards that because a lot of people don't even gouge $105 a month.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely. But as you see the newer and newer tech emerging, it's very hard as the consumer to not want the biggest and
Yeah.
best out there. Like,
Exactly.
you may not need a 4K resolution on your
Yeah.
phone, but you want it.
And you need a projector and then maybe some laser keyboard and some.
See, that's what I mean. You see it and you're like, oh, but that's so cool.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well-
if I just spent $100 more, I could have it. You know?
Well, not everyone can drop close to $1,000 on something is the thing.
I mean, you dropped a G Flex that did cost $1,000.
Well, okay, we're talking literally here.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Sorry.
I literally did a drop test on the G Flex.
Yeah,
and
you did.
What?
It was crazy, yeah.
Because the whole flexible display thing, right? It was supposed to be unbreakable.
It's not unbreakable.
It's
The
not,
display
yeah.
didn't break.
The display is something like only the glass on the
Okay.
outside.
Covering
It
the
did, yeah.
display.
That's
Are
true.
they using Gorilla Glass in it?
I don't believe so because Gorilla
Okay.
Glass, actually, they just had an announcement a couple of weeks ago, I believe, where they talked about their introduction to flexible displays.
We're getting there.
We
It's
are.
coming. So that's what I want to see in 2014. I don't know if it's actually coming this year.
Yeah.
The S5, hopefully
Yeah,
at MWC.
Sure, yeah.
Galaxy Note 4.
I'd like to see that.
iPhone 6,
Galaxy Note 4 already.
HTC One Plus or 2.
There you
We got
go.
a couple heavy hitters coming up, guys.
Yeah.
I'm in for any of it. But yes, the drop videos make me cry a little
Oh,
bit
I'm
every
so sorry.
single time.
I'm so sorry.
They do, or the videos where they just blow them up.
Okay,
Yeah.
contrary to popular
Oh,
belief,
God.
I don't actually like dropping these phones, no matter how happy I might seem on the videos. I'm always crying afterwards.
It
so-
does. It makes me cry. Like I can't even watch them. I have to look
You should
away.
see some of the comments are not very happy about it either. But
Oh,
people are
no.
curious, right?
Yeah.
The only phone we've ever dropped that has withstood the drop is the Xperia Z1.
Really?
Technically.
It did technically.
Why do you say technically?
Because it didn't
Yeah.
turn on after.
We just saw one get ripped apart and put back together by an engineer.
Well,
So-
but they know exactly how to
I know,
rip it
but
apart
I'm
and put
sure
it back
it's just
together.
a little connector. If they just gel it all together a little bit better, then I'm sure we'll smack it down on the ground.
Oh my God.
Maybe
Literally,
like
though, we
2016,
dropped it on the
like
floor,
Japanese
and when we-
space age plastic or something.
I love it.
Literally, though, we dropped it on the floor, and when we picked it up, it looked exactly like out of the box.
break.
Nothing
Okay.
broke
So
at
it
all.
just wouldn't turn
It just
on.
wouldn't turn on afterwards.
I drop my phone all the time, so it's very
Samsung's
nice that
really
you
good
guys
at
take
it.
one for the team
Yeah.
and destroy yours so that everybody else can know what happened to it. But yeah, my
See,
Samsung's
we
been
do it for
dropped
you guys.
a million times. I have the S3 and it's been dropped all over the place.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you again to Trisha from SourceFedNERD for joining us here, and we're really great to meet you for the first time,
Yay!
and really looking forward to working with you again in the future.
Thank you guys so much for the Android
Very
manwich.
much.
for sure.
I'm a lucky lady.
Lucky boys.
All right, stay tuned for more coverage from Android Authority here at CES 2014.
And once again, thank you to Toyota for sponsoring our CES coverage.